Well, good morning, everybody. How are you doing? I feel it have to be leveled. How are you? Yesterday I was talking about the echo chamber. Chamber of echo. It could be nice when the acoustic is good. But you see, the echo chamber will create a lot of noise, especially from the walls. That's why it's called an echo chamber. Today I felt that I should continue this echo chamber elaboration. You can say I'm in an echo chamber. I'm sitting here all alone and talking with myself. Let us not go into that. I agree. That's why we don't need to go into that. But you see, when you are integrated with other people, it shouldn't be all about what you think. It should be a unionship of different thoughts. As I told yesterday, it have been it's from the Pentecostal church and into news groups on Facebook, on news groups on Explorer. I think it was the Outlook Explorer that had these news groups, which developed into Google Chrome, and I think it ended there. And later on I attended news groups, so to say. I met some of the old guys there. Yes, a few ones. One died, Erik Naggum. He was a brilliant man. I had a high admiration for him, and he was on the polar opposite of me in regarding opinions. But you shouldn't, so to say, be disrespectful for people that have different opinions. I learned one thing there, that I called him a neo-Nazist. But that is, as they said, it's an end to this debate. And I also tend to comment on wrong spelling, it was not a good idea to comment on wrong spellings. It's a debate. It's about issues. It's not about spelling. But there I learned that if you couldn't spell things, or did just by accident spell the things wrong, you were mocked out of. If you couldn't handle that kind of comment, you were out. You were intimidated. You were humiliated, and that is not. It's not good. It's not good to comment on others' writing ability. It's personal thing. It's as long as you understand it, it's okay. But if it's just a wrong spelling and you understand the word, the context and everything, you can mock the idea. You can degrade and humiliate the basis for that idea, but don't comment on the spelling or the way that it's written. I have got good comments, bad comments. I mean, criticism and positive criticism about my writing skills. But that is beside the point, and it shouldn't be even mentioned. The writing skill. Only when you see something very elegant, very nice, you can admire it, of course. And one did that with me. Yeah, I put things in a very short saying. That was obviously a mind-blowing thing for someone else. So I got this positive feedback. And it was, I like positive feedback. But it is always a trap, because if you if you join the group because you are agreeing with all what the group is standing for, then you are trapped. And I tend to go into groups that are opposite of my opinion, because it's relevant for what I have to say. If I join my own group, in my own league, in my own religious belief or political conviction or whatever that is kind of lame in my regard, because why would you go there where you are applauded and where you are praised? No, you should be on the polar opposite. Go to the other side. I met some groups in Jerusalem, and it was for or against Israel war in Gaza. You know, that is political. And I thought to myself that Norway, the broadcasting studio of Norway, Maine, where I am a owner by the pure fact that I am a citizen of Norway, I own this company. Everybody owns it, so it's taxed, financed, and it should be as objective and non-biased. But I thought it was very biased and very one-sided. And I went through, I was going to Ashdod, from Jerusalem to Ashdod. I took the bus, and I like walking, and since I was walking up to this university or whatever that was, that place, it was in King George Street, close to Ben Yehuda Road. Before there, on the top, before that place, I met some big shouting group and stopped the war in Gaza. That was the first group I met, and I listened to them and asked, "What are you talking about?" Stop Israel's fighting in Gaza. This is apartheid and all this kind of stuff. No, this is not right. And I went over to the other group, and what are you standing for? Oh, we want peace, but we have to fight the Hamas because they are the aggressors. And I waved, I hold the flag too, together with those joyful people that was demonstrating. And I went back to the other group and said, Israel should defend herself. And I was mocked out because they didn't like what I had to say. They said that I'm disinformed. I don't have any clue about what I'm talking about, and I was mocked out there again and again. And I interrupted some ladies and they said, "Don't interrupt us. Why are you Why? What? Can't you see we are talking?" And in the end, I had to go because I didn't want to. I want to reach the bus. So that was kind of. They were interacting in some way. I was there and you see, I like to go over to the other group because if you can't, if you only, you see, it's very weird when you are in this echo chamber. If you are only there, then you will make up ideas and statements of the other party that they are saying this and that. They are doing this and that. No, I don't believe that to be a fact. I believe when you see it firsthand, that is when you get real information. So to stand just to observe the one side and blaming one side, no, you should be on both sides in some way or form. Because it's enlightening, it's broadening your perspective, it's giving you insight, and then you will not be led into these lies and deceits and making the other to be an enemy. We have the right to be of whatever opinion we would like to, so why not? So I think people feel more secure in this chamber, and it's kind of a religious thing that if you are in this flock, we are secured, we are of the right opinion, we have the right idea. We are not messing around. We are of the right kind. We are the real deal. So that doesn't go well with me. If I can't listen to, it's hard. I realized that even during this Ukrainian war, I was sent links to some kind of information that Putin is in his right to go in, and I feel a little bit reluctant to go into this because obviously I'm afraid to be disputed. Obviously I'm not there all in. So I had this dilemma, which is the Ukrainian people. I would like to defend their right to be independent people, but at the same time I have to be honest about the information that I'm getting about Putin and this war in Ukraine. So I don't go deep into it. This is as it is of now. It's very tense, it's very twisted, and I still defend Ukraine self-determination. I still defend Zelensky's standpoint, but I haven't all the facts, so I don't want to be in an echo chamber, but I don't also want to go so deep into this matter that I will bite my tongue. I have no historic perspective, deeper historic perspective on this. I'm just a charlatan in this regard. I have to admit, I'm a charlatan and I can't say much. I would like to have the inside information which I can't get. And but it is two-sided, it's double-sided. you have to admit that every war in its nature is double-sided, and even to the dictators, you will find some some arguments that defend their standpoint. If you buy into their narrative, it's all about the narrative and which narrative to believe. So in this case, as in many cases, there are many narratives. Take for example Israel and Palestinian narratives. It's so twisted, it's so double-sided, it's very complicated if you go into matters which I can't on a single video. I'm not a lecturer, I'm not a scholar in this. I just have some opinions that is of for me, because I'm entitled to have some opinion, aren't I? And I may say something that people are offended of. I may offend people. So that is not the intention here, and it's open. I'm open-minded to everything. So I try at least, and I realized during this Ukrainian war, as in every war that Israel have been fighting and been thrown into, either they started it or were thrown into. They were told, and so on. So it's kind of a awkward situation to be confronted with different opinions. When they said, for example, that Israel is apartheid, it's not said in a vacuum. It's a reasoning matter, of course. And when they say that Israel throw many Palestinians out of their country, maybe it's right. Maybe there are, as they say also, they are going for a bigger Israel. Maybe that is right, I don't know. But you see, all these kind of narratives people are argumenting all about. It's you have the Christian side, you have the Muslim side, you have the Jewish side, and among the Jewish there are not only one side. No, the best fighters for the Palestinian case is Jews. You have this Finkelstein and many others that are fighting like freedom fighters. You have this other guy, I can't take him right now, but he is a very well known professor and freedom activist. So you see, to be in an echo chamber is kind of a lazy man's work. It's when you are not listening to anything, like this pandemic we have come through now. There are many people that doesn't really listen to what the other parties are saying, even though you may disagree, but you need to be well informed. Sometimes the need of information is greater than something else, like many wars that maybe China fought. For a Norwegian guy that isn't that interested in that or are relevant to him or her, it's not that important to know every detail. we should know, but it's a degree of interest as well. So even if you are interested in certain things, it shouldn't be mandatory for everybody to be that interested. And but in every degree, it's kind of immature. It's kind of a childish case that we are not informed of the other side. That is the thing. Regarding this pandemic, it have been one-sided for very long. When it have been a pandemic in 2 years, you will obviously ask questions. When it have been only one-sided, that this kind of medicine, what is given by a needle, is portrayed as the only and single fact that this is helping. It's a kind of a childish mind that will oppose that kind of saying. It's kind of an echo chamber in itself that people doesn't really like to know. Maybe they have taken it, maybe they believe it to be true, what the government are saying, what the health department are saying. But you see, to be informed of the other parties, what the other parties are saying, instead of blaming them for making up accusations about them and blaming them for certain things. It should be very obvious that when people are stubborn to say something very polar opposite or different from other people, you should at some level begin to listen to those people as well. It's a degree of what you can call laziness or just brainwashing. Are you up for the brainwash today? It seems so. I have to take this water. Echo chamber. Ooh. It's an echo chamber in everything, and regarding all this, which we have been exposed to, it's a certain echo chamber there. It's what it is. You can't deny it, and it's only lazy people that doesn't really like to know new things. One should be very much aware that there are different opinions, and as an educated man or a woman, it should be of uttermost interest to pay attention to those that say something very different from what you are believing yourself. I was afraid in old times to listen to Kabbalists, because the Kabbalists are in the Christian narrative, they are the evil. They are dealing with stuff that is of a dangerous nature. Kabbalist is mysticism, and they blame Kabbalists for many strange and wrongful things. But up to now, what I have been listening to Kabbalists, not this lady, what is Madonna? No, I don't listen to artists that is just making money out of singing. And you shouldn't listen to me that is making points out of this. But the real Kabbalists have so many profound things to say, and it should be of any Christian's interest not to just linger and sleep or sitting in the sofa in their own church. They should go out to listen to the Kabbalists, to what the Jews are saying. At least we have what we have from the Jews. And I met a Jew in his echo chamber at the Masada height, the Masada hill. He was writing the Bible, and this is what he wrote to me when I thanked him for, and not only him, but all the Jews from the ancient history that kept and protected and held the Bible. They gave us the Bible. That is the most important book, and still it's the it's what? So you see, in order to go to the other camp, so to say, you don't need to leave your own, you don't need to sell out your own home. We visit friends, don't we? And we visit people that we don't really know, but we are invited, so why don't we come? We should leave out our echo chamber and go out and be nice to each other. It's a way to know that not only you have the answer to everything, you most possibly don't have. And if you are really an honest searcher for answers, for clues, for ideas, new ideas that you can be filling your mind, that can inspire you with different approaches. Not only one approach is the right. Maybe for you, you're a simple, naive guy. No, for me, it's a different approach from every single angle. So you see, to be an echo in this echo chamber, it's just an echo. In the studio, you need more angles. In a studio, in a music or radio studio, you have different deep depth and angles, because you need the sound to be reflected away from the original point. So that's a way to go around. So if this room was entirely empty, I hear some say that the sound is not very good because it's not equipped for this talk. It may have some resonance of its own sound. So we need to be most aware of that we are in a place that we need to get away from. It's always like that. To live a life, it's always a way. It's always a walk, a distance from where you are now to the next place, so that you don't end up in listening to yourself, as I do, only in this echo chamber, but go out to listen to other people, to talk with other people, and be the blessing you want. Be inspired with so many ideas and aha, wows. So, my friend, believe, and you should get out of the echo chamber, as we say, as we talk. Bye.